Ikaw rin ba yung tipo ng tao na parating sinasabi mo busy kapag tinatanong ka kung kamusta ka na? Sa tingin mo ba deserve mo ng medal kapag sinabi mong busy ka? In 2024, a clinical study showed that in a global workspace, 70% of people who are busy showed signs of burnout and leading to depression. It's quite alarming, right? And baka ikaw, personally, hindi mo alam, no? Burnout ka na pala. So here's the thing. What if I told you that the successful entrepreneurs and freelancers are those people who are not actually busy? Meron niya akong kilala, no? One of very close friends that of mine. No? He's a millionaire. Definitely a millionaire. Pero sabi niya sa akin, no? Siya daw yung isa pinakatamad na businessman. And to be honest, malilito ka eh. Paano ka tatama rin? Paano ka naging millionaire? How are you actually become successful if tamad ka? So here's the thing. Meron tayong tinatawag ngayong smart hustling. It's the actual opposite of hustle harder mentality. Kasi most of us, hustle's really hard. Grind to the max, to the bones. Pero, ganun pa rin. No? We cannot say naman na we cannot invalidate naman people who are actually working hard as tamad, di ba? Maraming nagwo-work hard, no? I mean, you look around, no? There are a lot of hard-working people, but they are stuck on the same situation. Now, what's the difference? We actually have to level up how we actually work by smart hustling. Now, in this video, we're going to talk about the concept of smart hustle, the new way to actually become, the new way of working hard, and prevent burnout. Again, this is Sean Sebastian of Hustle with Ikigai. Today, I'm going to talk about smart hustling, a science-backed approach that's actually removing or replacing the hustle harder mentality. I'll show you how to maintain your dreams and goals in life, your ambition, without actually sacrificing your life itself, your health, your family, your friends, your happiness. I'm Sean Sebastian, and this is Hustle with Ikigai. Let's start with this hard, painful truth. Working hard is not really equal or not always equal to better result. In fact, I would like to read this research conducted by Microsoft in their workplace. Their analytics division revealed something stunning last year. After tracking thousands of knowledge workers, they found that peak productivity for creative and strategic work maxes out at about 32 hours per week. After that, the quality of output actually declines, even though the quantity might increase. I call this the hustle paradox. So the more blindly you hustle, the less effective your hustle becomes. So imagine if you actually feel na nag-hustle ka ng all the more, you feel blindly hustling because you think you just have to do it for the sake of hustling and working hard, the less effective you become. So, quick story about myself. No, I learned this lesson the hard way talaga. Before, no, lalo na nung corporate pa ako, I started actually doing freelancing. I'm working on the day shift and I'm working also on the night shift. Kasi I think that's the hustle that I need for me to be able to earn money, no. So, I'm working nonstop. Ilan lang oras sa tulog ko, no? And dumating yung time that I actually got sick. My body actually gave up, no? And for me, no, kina-question ko yung sarili ko kung tama ba yung ginagawa ko. I'm really hustling kasi nagkakasakit na ako eh. At the end of the day, I cannot work effectively anymore because I'm sick. I'm not able to actually work properly and I actually lose clients because of that. So, what should I do? No? Tama ba yung ginagawa ko? So, I wasn't just hurting myself, no? And dumating yung time na when I started doing business then, it's hurting my business. Kasi if I am not around to work for my business, the business does not operate well. So, I actually see that dun sa mga students ko and those people that I actually coach, those business owners who cannot actually go away or cannot run their business without them, that's a totally wrong system. The business is highly tied up to their operations. Na the business won't, move around if the business owner is not there. I also see this among my fellow freelancers, and I actually experience this too. No, na dumating yung time that we're just taking in clients, no, international clients, taking in, kasi nga money, money, money. No, inisip na natin opportunities and pera. But at the end of the day, we cannot actually deliver quality results anymore. So ano nangyari? No, the diminution quality, no, and we actually lose the trust of clients. And I've seen that happen to a lot of freelancers and entrepreneurs, no, in my circle. So we should be able to take care of that, no? If we don't take care of ourselves, no, if we don't see the value of the things that we're trying to do, if we don't hustle smart, we're going to lose ourselves along the way. But the point here is not about hustling less. No, I'm not saying that you should work less. No, but I'm saying you should hustle smarter. So that's the main point of this video. So I actually created 3 pillars of smart hustling. This is coming from my personal experience and the experience of the people that I'm coaching, of my students, no, with regards to handling, no, their. Okay, so let me share these 3 pillars of smart hustling. This is a result of working with myself personally, of course, my experience, and working with high performing entrepreneurs, clients that I have, both locally and internationally. So number one, so 3 pillars of smart hustling. Again, guys, smart hustling is a science-backed approach. No, it's not something that I actually just created on my own. No, so science-backed to na approach. Okay, so 3 pillars of smart hustling. Number one, yung pillar one natin is yung strategic intensity. So smart hustling isn't about, on all the time. It's about being um, it's about being intensely focused on the right times. So ibig sabihin hindi kailangan parating tayo naka-smart hustle on, no. Pero we should be able to intensely focus strategically, no, on the things that matters on a particular time. So may tatawag ako personally na optimal periods or optimal times of the day, no. If you would want to be more productive, you have to find ano ba yung optimal time mo. When we say optimal time, ito yung most productive time of the day mo. Meaning, yung tipo na kayo mag-deep work, na kahit di ka distracted, di ka kumain, tuloy-tuloy lang yung pag-work mo. That's your optimal time. For some, no, their optimal time is when they actually woke up. Na nagkakape lang sila, then they work straight, no. For some naman, kailangan gabi muna. Mas productive sila sa gabi. For some, mas productive sila sa madaling araw. Depende yun, no? Again, you have to know ano ba yung most productive time of the day for you. Napakahalaga that we actually work on our optimal time and implement natin yung strategic intensity. So let me read a study last year, 2024, on frontier psychology regarding strategic intensity. So they actually confirmed that cognitive performance on complex or complicated tasks improves by up to 30% when using strategic intensity rather than sustained effort. So ibig sabihin, no, yung energy kasi natin, it's not the same all throughout the day. Kaya nga kailangan intindihan natin yung optimal time natin. And mas naging productive and mas naging effective tayo na when we actually work on those specific time. For some, meron 2 hours, 3 hours a day na ganun yung level of cognitive performance nila. And that's the perfect time to actually work, no? Kasi mas marami kang magagawa compared dun sa 8 hours na trabaho mo. Sustained effort, sustained time, pero hindi ka ganun ka-productive, no? So, that's number one, strategic intensity. Number 2, intentional recovery. So, intentional recovery, na yung second pillar natin. Bakit kailangan recovery or bakit intentional recovery? No? Something unique. Kasi recovery is not optional. Guys, it's not optional. For example, sasabihin ng iba, no, parang rest is actually luxury for the poor. Kasi hindi pwedeng magpahinga, no, kapag nagtatrabaho. And that's everything, doon nagkakaroon ng problema. No? If we actually see recovery as a form of luxury, as a form of comfort, as a form of, an option, we're getting it wrong. Kasi in reality, no, we have to take care of ourselves. We have to recover what's lost. No? Kapag naglabas tayo ng energy, kailangan natin ma-recover yon. Kailangan ma-replenish. So we have to be intentional again. It's not just, watching Netflix, watching anime, playing, or whatever that is, no? Pero it's more about, recovering what's lost. You have to replenish that kind of energy. So in this intentional recovery, meron actually science behind this one. So let me read this for you. So it's really fascinating. Recent neuroscience research shows that creative problem solving improves dramatically following periods of complete mental detachment from work-related thinking. Your brain literally solves problems better when you stop consciously working on them. So again, guys, no, meron kasi na kahit tulog, nagtatrabaho pa rin sa panaginip. So we really have to put ourselves completely detached from work, no, para makapag-recover yung utak natin. No, ako personally, I'm also playing. I'm playing Mobile Legends, no. I'm not really a grinding, pero ayun yung parang, kumbaga, ayun yung pang break ko na for me to be able to actually put my mind away from stress or from, thinking so much, lalo na pag complicated tasks yung ginawa ko, no? Naglalaro talaga ako, no? No. Pero of course, again, balance and discipline is the key pa din, no, at the end of the day. So, we have to recover what's lost. Yung ma-replenish natin yun. And according nga, doon sa binasa kong research, no, if we actually do that, mas effective yung pag-replenish ng energy natin. Kasi nade-deviate talaga totally yung isip natin from our work. Okay? So make sure to have intentional recovery. And the last pillar is sustainable systems. So the final pillar or the third pillar is all about sustainable systems. So it's about creating systems that supports long-term performance rather than short-term productivity, no? So hindi lang siya pang short-term na na-inspire ka, naging motivated ka, tapos mag-work ka ulit, no? It's not that, no? Sustainable systems is meant for long-term performance na kahit hindi ka motivated or kahit hindi minsan na-replenish lang sapat yung energy mo, you will still be able to hustle smarter. No? So remember that sustainable systems is not just about being efficient in working. No? It's about managing. It's about energy management. Marirealize nyo kasi human as we are, we have energy. Kailangan natin tanggapin yun na may energy tayo. And yung energy na yun nauubos. No? If we're going to look back on our science during high school, no, di ba may natawag tayo na law of conservation of energy na kailangan kapag may nawalang energy, kailangan mapalitan. No? And that's the cycle goes. No? So, ganoon din tayo, human as we are, napapagod tayo. No? So, pag di natin kasi na-replenish yung energy na yun, dun pumapasok yung burnout. And sustainable systems will actually help us, no, to really build that kind of longevity when it comes to hustling. Tandaan nyo, in business, no, it's not just about money. You're also spending energy. So, hindi lang pera yung ginagastos nyo sa business or sa trabaho. No? You also have energy costs. And remember, you should be able to replenish that. Now, let's talk about on this part naman, bakit smart people or successful people, why smart, ambitious people experience burnout. Baka meron dyan sa mga viewers natin na smart, ambitious people, but experiencing burnout. Minsan, contradicting yung idea na you're smart, pero bakit nababurnout ka? Di ba bakit ambitious ka, pero ba't burnout ka? Di ba? So, here are 3 blind spots of burnout. Blind spot number 1, success log. So this is the gap when you actually change your behaviors and when you see results. Ito yung most people go back to overworking because they are not patient enough to see results, no, from clear or limited boundaries. So ito recent lang, no. I've experienced someone, no, na they actually tried, trying to do freelancing. Galing siya sa call center or BPO industry. Tapos gusto niya na mag-work from home kasi nga super stressful daw ng industry ng BPO. No? I'm not sure, pero I never tried. Pero based from, so kasabi-sabi, no, BPO industry is really stressful. So napapagod na siya. He's experiencing burnout. So when he actually resigned from the work, he's trying to do work from home jobs, no? And he enrolled to one of the programs na nagtuturo on how to do freelancing. Tapos dumating yung time na parang 2 months, 3 months, or 2 months later, wala pa rin nangyayari doon sa ginagawa niya. He called me, umiiyak siya, ganyan, no? He told me na, Coach, no, wala nang pag-asa, babalik na lang ako sa call center. Kasi hindi ko napapagana yung freelancing. Hindi ko natatry or hindi ako naging profitable, hindi ako nakakuha ng client. No? So, bills are piling up, credit card is waiving, so I have to make a way, I have to solve this. So I told him, okay, ginawa mo na ba dapat lahat ng gawin mo? Were you able to actually work smarter than harder? Kasi minsan kahit pa akala mo ginagawa mo yung tama, if mali yung ginagawa mo, kahit pag gaano ka-busy, kahit pag gaano karaming ginagawa mo, if it's not, the right thing to do, it will not produce good results. Another thing na nangyari sa kanya, he is becoming impatient. No? Kasi hindi niya makakita agad ng immediate results. Parang gusto niya instant kaagad. No? That's not the way it works. No? You have to really think of things takes time. It has a right process. No? So if you're going to, become like that person, mangyayari talaga. And I know maraming ganun. No? Na kapag di nakakita ng results, 1 week pa lang, hindi na ako bumibenta, nagtayo ka ng bagong business, no? Nung opening day, daming tao, daming customers kasi may mga pa-promo ka, may mga palibre kang ganyan. After 1 week, tumumal na. And you feel, mali pala yung business na pinasok ko. That's not how it works. That's not how business works, guys, no? You have to make yourself, endure these times for you to be able to actually get the results that you want. Kasi wala namang instant millionaire, wala namang instant success. And make sure na if you're going to really, live a life na lalo sa business, no, or sa freelancing, kailangan alam nyo na walang instant dito. No? You have to really go through the process. So, if you're someone na gusto yung mga instant, no, madali ka ma-burnout. To be honest, no. Ito, I'm not saying or not biased with some Gen Z, no, pero marami kasi ako nakatrabaho na naging team members na Gen Z. And nakita ko na ang dali nilang sumuko, no, pagdating sa trabaho, na pag hindi na nila nagustuhan yung work, ayoko na, resign na ako, or manggo-ghost na lang, no. I'm not saying everyone is like that kasi I have my team members pa rin right now na mga Gen Z. And they are very, very much good. No? So, what I'm saying is, if you're someone who wants instant results, burnout is waving at you. So, that's one blind spot for burnout. Number two, the validation trap. Sino ba sa inyo? Feeling ko meron dito mga tao na, para lang for the sake of validation na they're working hard. They're really showing off na they're really working hard. No? But in reality, no, that's a blind spot for burnout kasi if you're always seeking validation and affirmation from others, hindi mo na nakikita yung sarili mo, napapagod ka na lang, and yung purpose mo sa buhay is more on, external things na lang. Kasi you're not actually fulfilling your purpose in life if you're just, presenting yourself for the sake of the satisfaction of others. So make sure na you don't work just for the sake of validation. remember that one of the things that we have to as smart hustling, is to really work, on a purpose-driven work, na hindi, it's not driven by, just for the sake of validation. Tandaan nyo, hindi kayo magkaka-award, kapag nagsipag kayo ng sobra, that without na you actually left out yourself in the process. You find yourself deserving of the work that you're doing. So blind spot number 3 is mistaking being busy or motion for progress. Marami akong kilalang ganyan, na aligaga. Or baka may mga kilala rin kayo na ganyan na kung saan, ang daming ginagawa, or all over the place, or very busy in your office, in your work, in your business. Remember that being, busy is not a sign of progress or productivity. It doesn't mean na marami kang ginagawa, productive ka. No? Yung mga naglalaro, marami nang ginagawa yan. Pero are they being productive? No. Or yung mga busybodies lang kung saan-saan pumupunta or saan-saan gumagala, no. It's not being productive. Kasi again, we will go back dun sa intentional, being intentional. Yung mga ginagawa ba natin, is it something that will actually help us grow? No? Is it actually going to help us reach our yung success na hinahanap natin? Will it actually help us hustle hard or hustle smarter? No? So make sure na whatever we do, it's intentional, no? It's not just for the sake of being busy. It's not just, you're moving a lot, no? It's not really productive. And last blind spot is, of course, again, yung sinasabi ko na high achievers. Ito, problema to ng mga high achievers, no? Mga high-performing individuals na kilala ko. And my problem as well before. Recovery resistance. You resist recovery, yung process. What I'm talking about a while ago, no? We should not resist recovery kasi if we think na pag nagpahinga tayo, we're actually getting less productive. No. Taking rest, allowing yourself to rejuvenate, to recover, is part of the productivity process. So you really have to take care of yourself, no? Make sure that you recover. Don't resist recovery. Kasi ito yung number 1 talaga na dami kong kilala ng mga top C-level people who are actually depressed. Because why? They're not actually taking care of themselves. They're resisting recovery process. Thinking that if they actually take time to rest, they're losing a lot of money. Again, pag nawala ka, lalo kayo mawawalan ng pera if you don't take care of yourself. So make sure, that you don't resist recovery process. The new rules of hustling is not about working less. I'm not saying you have to work less, no. But it's about working right. The most successful entrepreneurs and freelancers that I know isn't really about working to outwork or outsmart others. They're actually working within their lines. Focus on your journey. Focus on your grind. Focus on your hustle. You're not in a race. So make sure that whatever you're trying to do, you hustle for your sake, for your journey. Focus on your path. Hindi ibig sabihin na you choose to work smarter or you hustle smarter is tamad ka na. That's the wrong mindset, no? Make sure that you put in your mind that when you actually choose to smart hustle or work smarter, it only means that you're actually protecting yourself. You're allowing yourself to be capable of growing more instead of losing yourself among the process. Remember, in business, taking care of your health and your happiness is not an option. It's the reason why you actually start doing business, right? So if you're actually doing business the right way, then you're losing yourself, in the process. So there's a lot of ways to smart hustle, guys. Actually, you can find a lot of videos here in YouTube, and I won't be discussing that in this video na. But the point of this episode is for you to realize, that there's an option between working hard and working smart. Hustling hard versus hustling smart. And the latter is the better one. Because at the end of the day, it will be sustainable for you in the process along the way. So you start there, no? Assess yourself and see how you can actually work smarter. Remember this, guys. True success isn't about what you achieve. It's about who you become in the process. If you found this valuable, make sure to hit the subscribe button, like, and share to your friends so that we make sure that the value that this video contains goes to the right person. Again, this is Sean Sebastian of Hustle with Ikigai.